Right now on Denver 7 News at 6, a final farewell for Arvada police officer Dylan Vakoff.
He was always such a sweet person, perfect disposition to be a police officer.
We're live along the procession route this morning as the community comes together to remember a hometown hero.
An Aurora apartment complex is keeping residents out for months after an explosion.
As soon as I read that, I just teared up. I couldn't continue to read.
We talked to a brother and sister now scrambling to find a new place to live. Plus,
a Colorado man celebrating 50 years behind the wheel of big rigs. What motivates him to keep driving?
and Russell Wilson is ready for an orange crowd.
This is going to be a monumental moment.
The quarterback expressing his appreciation to Broncos country ahead of Sunday's home opener. Yeah, it's a nice morning out at Empower Field. If you're heading out to the game, there are some new additions to the menu you'll be able to enjoy. Of course, the weather is going to be heating up again on Sunday, just in time for that game. But yeah, home crowd should be a good one for the Broncos.
And fancy food. Now,
and fancy food.
At Mile High,
So even if they lose, then
my girls just like the popcorn. That's all they.
Yeah, it's still a football game.
That's right.
It still has to be the staples. There's
and the lemonade and the popcorn.
A lot of tailgating before the game, and hopefully the weather is looking really nice for game day.
Do you want a Bronco sunrise?
Let's
Shall I push the button? Ready? Here
Push
we
the
go.
button, Max.
Here it is. Oh wait for the okay.
Transition.
And there it is.
How
about that?
Fort Morgan always delivering there.
Always delivering. Yeah, northeastern Colorado, beautiful start to the morning. We're going to see lots of sunshine early on for that drive. If you're getting out for a run or a walk, burning off some calories before you stuff your face on Sunday. We're going to be in the mid to upper 60s here by about 10 o'clock, mid 70s by noon, and then this afternoon hitting highs right around 80 to about 82. We've got Denver at 82, Keensburg, same thing there, upper 70s near Castle Rock and Castle Pines, and through Parker, you'll be in the upper 70s, 60s for the mountains. Now, the high country will pick up more rain today. Here's what it looks like at about 4 o'clock. Very few of these storms expected to roll east, so we're going to stay pretty dry here along the I-25 corridor. Same thing this weekend, and it is going to heat up for the game on Sunday. We'll take a closer look at that coming up here in just a few minutes. For me, games are like, I'd say 75% about the food.
Yeah.
Food, the drink, the fun.
Yeah, the fun.
Yeah.
Hanging out with all the people.
Yep.
South Stands is always great fun. Right now, we do have not great fun across the roadways. A couple of big problems out to the west side of town, including a major wreck, a head-on crash here on westbound I-70 right after Ward Road. Yeah, a head-on crash is what Wheatridge police tell me. Take a look from the camera out there, and you can see that we have significant delays now on the CDOT camera trying to get through this with just one lane open. The whole right side of the highway is blocked, so this is backed up significantly from Kipling now, and you can see the drive time also pretty significant, half an hour in here. So 44th Avenue, 32nd Avenue can get you around it, but you will see those delays. Another delay is this section of Colfax, basically between 470 and 6th Avenue. Take a look from Air Tracker 7. That's closed down for a structure fire. Here's all the fire rescue equipment in here for a structure fire. Right there, you still see some of the smoke coming up from the building, and so you can get around it really on the south side of Golden right now, and you're going to have those delays. The rest of the drive is getting busy in those usual spots. We'll take a look at it coming up.
Thank you, Jason. Well, Colorado will come together today to remember fallen Arvada police officer Dylan Vakoff. There is a procession and memorial service this morning with full honors. He was also an Air Force veteran. He grew up here. He was shot and killed responding to a family disturbance on Sunday.
Denver 7's Veronica Acosta is live this morning in front of Flatirons Community Church in Lafayette, where the service will be. Veronica, Officer Vakoff was just 27 years old. His life cut short, but he made such an impact in that short time.
He did, and because of that, it's going to be such a tough morning for so many people, not only for Officer Dylan Vakoff's family, but also for his friends, his loved ones, the people he worked alongside, and of course, the likely hundreds of Coloradans who are going to line the procession route to wait and see for the officer to arrive here at Flatirons Community Church. Like you mentioned, he was just 27 years old. He'd been with the Arvada Police Department for 3 years, and he was working really hard to be a part of that department's SWAT team. We know that before all of that, he was in the Air Force, and we actually spoke to one of his Air Force friends who told us that Officer Vakoff was just the biggest light in the room. He was full of energy all of the time.
I think they would describe him as selfless. I think they would describe him as joyful, positive, just a person who was enjoyable to be around. And if you had any sort of team, whether it was a Air Force team, like our great squadron we had out there, or as a member of the police force, he's the kind of guy you wanted on it.
And dozens of people stopped by the officer squad car that was over in Arvada to pay their respects there. They dropped off flowers, notes, and pictures even. We expect pretty much that same thing today. Likely hundreds are going to wait here for Officer Vakoff to pass alongside them. Today's funeral really meant to remember the officer and, of course, support his family.
The whole process of this planning this memorial is driven by what the family wants, and everything else takes a second seat to that.
And like you mentioned, the service is going to be right here behind me at Flatirons Community Church. Of course, we're going to keep you updated all morning long. We're in Lafayette this morning. I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
We know so many police officers from all over will be there. Arvada's police department, of course, has been through so much. Officer Vakoff's death comes just over a year since the police department lost Officer Gordon Beasley. And today a group will honor one of Beasley's passions by doing something good for the community. This is the second year of the Beasley Bike Build. Townsend, a retirement planning company, is partnering with Wish for Wheels to build 80 bikes and give them out to second graders at 2 Arvada schools. Officer Beasley was known for riding bikes to school with the kids at Oberon Middle School, where he was a resource officer. Madison Peterson, who is an Arvada native, told me they'll hold a moment of silence today at the event for Officer Dylan Vakoff. She hopes this can be an uplifting afternoon for the Arvada community.
As we continue to do this, more and more people want to be involved, because when you see that second grade student smile and they cry and they, run to their parents and show their parents that they know how to ride a bike and they can strap on their own helmet, it's an immediate reminder of how simple life is and how many things we take for granted.
Yeah, and it is going to be a surprise for the kids today when they get those bikes. So we hope to be out there to see that. But really, they don't want any donations or volunteers for this. She hopes that this just inspires other people to do something in their community, maybe to thank public service officers, and just, hopefully something uplifting today.
Certainly.
It's going to be a hard day.
Yes.
Well, you can stay with us for the services for Officer Vakoff. Our live coverage of the procession starts at 8:30 a.m. and you can watch the service at 10 a.m. here on Denver 7. We'll also be streaming it on our Denver 7 Plus app and denver7.com.
2 teenage boys are in jail in connection with a shooting near Denver's East High School. Police say one of the teens is being held on suspicion of attempted murder. The other is being suspected of an accessory to a crime. Meanwhile, 14-year-old RJ Harding and a 20-year-old man were hurt in that shooting. Investigators say Harding was shot in the face and was just an innocent bystander to a fight outside of Carla Medicine Rec Center.
Hundreds of people in Aurora need to find a new place to live after an explosion in their apartment building. 3 people had minor injuries after the explosion Saturday. This is at the Parkside Collective off of Alameda and Sable. The cause is still under investigation. The complex says it will take several months before residents can go back into the building.
I got bedroom sets, obviously, thousands of dollars worth of clothes material. The same clothes on our back for about a week's time now.
We're panicking, trying to, we go to work, we're stressed out, but I'm like, we have to continue to live our livelihood.
An email from the property manager says the city hasn't cleared them to let people back in to get their stuff, but Aurora claims there is no order keeping residents out and it's up to the property manager. We haven't been able to get a final answer on that. This week is National Truck Driver Appreciation Week, and we're celebrating the people who bring us all the goods we need, right?
Yeah, we probably appreciate them more now than ever with the driver shortage out there, but one Colorado driver in particular is celebrating a big milestone.
Yeah, so I was at the Safeway on 44th and Lowell here in Denver earlier this week. I met a man named Rocky Teeter who's about to celebrate 50 years working with Safeway. Here he is. He's from Commerce City. He started working there in 1972 at the age of 19. He is still going strong, delivering food 4 days a week, even though, of course, he says that the technology has made things a little bit easier now. He has that thing that kind of carries. See, look at that. It takes the giant pallets. Much easier than carrying it himself, so that helps a lot. And it can be 10, 12-hour days for him, but he finds honor in being able to bring food to people every day, especially during a time, like you said, Brian, where there's a big need for more truck drivers at supermarkets.
I take pride in helping people out, and whether it's the working man or the whoever, it just makes my day better.
To know that you're helping people.
I'm accomplishing something for the day, and it just makes you feel better. When I'm working, I'm happy.
And he retired 6 years ago, but he also volunteered with the South Adams County Fire Department for 42 years, which he says was a record, and he was chief there for 3 of those years as well.
Did he start working when he was 5 years old?
It looks good, right?
Looks like,
amazing.
I think he could have carried
gosh.
those pallets if he wanted to by himself.
What if he has a cool CB handle? You know, like Roadhog or something. That would be cool. Thank you, Danny.
Yeah, no problem.
Want to take a live look from London this morning afternoon there. Hundreds of thousands of people are lining up to say goodbye to Queen Elizabeth. How her 4 children will participate in the services today. And it's Lights, Camera, Colorado, the movie and TV productions in our state.
Plus, let's ride over to the concession stand at Empower Field. There are some classy new menu options for the Broncos season opener this weekend.